Hello, Happy New Year. This is Jody here at JI Colorist. I had a request to show you how I am setting up and planning on using my Ruby Charm Colors Creative Companion 2023. This book is put out by Susan Carlson, the person behind Ruby Charm's big book of colors. I do not have that book. This is my first purchase from Ruby Charm items, and I purchased it from Amazon.ca. It is on Amazon US as well. And what this is basically a 2023 organizer and coloring art journal. So I'll show you how I've currently set it up. There's a belong to page. This is Amazon printed, so it's very thin paper. It's not going to be great for any pens that are a little bit juicy. I've already had issues with ghosting, so I'm still looking for you're going to have to use like a ballpoint pen or a pencil in this book. She has an index that you're allowed to customize. She has started it, and it has page numbers, but there's lots of places for you to change what you're going to do and fill in what you want and add the page numbers. It starts with calendars. There's the whole year at a glance. Some highlight pages, which I have not done anything with. I may put some highlights of the channel if we hit some major goals or something, but otherwise that probably will stay empty. A look ahead to 2024, and then we get into the monthly setup. So each month starts with a complete calendar, and I'm going to be using this to indicate the videos that I'm posting, and also use it as a summary, for my monthly totals. So I'm going to have my totals, so number of videos, number of pages completed, my buddy colors, some hashtags, and subscriber total counts. So those are things that are just important to me, and just a fun thing for me to keep track of. The next pages, 2 pages, I'm going to be using for pages colored, and I just keep track of the page, the book, the author, the paper, the page's name, or what I would refer to it as, and then all the mediums that I use on the page. And I'll just keep going down the 2 pages. If I need to, there's a 3rd page here, but usually 2 pages is enough for me. Then I have a dot grid page, and I'm using this for buddy colors and hashtags. So each month I will have different buddy colors, so I'll write them down here, and then I'll be able to check them off that I finished them or not, or any monthly hashtags that I participate in. Then we have, and you'll notice that I was using a pen, if I can find it. I was using a Uniball pen here, and it has ghosted through. So we're going to have to really watch what kind of pens you use in this, which is a little bit disappointing because I do like to use this type of pen. A regular ballpoint pen was fine, so I will just have to make sure to watch what I'm using. Then we have a coloring page. Not sure I'll be coloring these with anything other than pencils, because on the back side is the February calendar. So if you use alcohol markers, you wouldn't be able then to use the calendar. So not really a great design in placement of the coloring page, but that's okay. So again, this month is set up the same as January, and I have just put tabs that I had around the house. I made tabs and did that for every single month. So we'll skip all the way to December. December's the same. After all the months, we have an area called the compendium, and Susan has indicated up at the top what she kind of envisioned you'd be using it for. Some of them I agree with, and some are just not items that I would keep track of. So cart supply resources, instead I'm calling this purchases, and I keep track of my purchases and where I get them, because everybody usually wants to know exactly where you bought things. So I keep track of that. So I'll keep this area. Then she has a page called techniques. I doubt that I'll be using this, so I've just left this in the same group as purchases, and depending on whether I need that many pages, that will just become purchases. I have then moved into something she's called books, and I'm going to use this for books, but I'm going to use this as my books that I'm like my 10 books to touch, or in this case right now I have 5 set up, and then my books to finish. And I keep track of those by quarterly, so I've got quarter 1, 2, 3, 4 for both types of completed books. And that's just an easy way for me to find how I'm doing. The next area is hashtags, and I do hashtags every month. And so this section here for hashtags, I have called it year-long hashtags. So this would be things like Complete Area Veil by Pixie's Projects, or Jojo Sohana's Grogu in 2022. So those type of monthly long-term hashtags I plan on keeping track of here. This section was for podcasts. I currently do not follow any podcasts that are coloring related, so instead I am going to keep track of my diamond paintings. So once I complete a diamond painting, I will paste the sticker that comes with it into this book, and that'll be a nice remembrance of each year which diamond paintings I completed. This site is for websites. I doubt I'll be using that. I'm sure I'll just keep on with diamond painting. This side is for YouTube channels, and we could keep track of specific YouTube channels if there's something, and there's quite a few pages for that. So I'll probably just leave that for now, and if I need to add a tab, I have some space to do that. Then we come to an area called Creative Planner, and I have decided to label this my video plans. And so they've got a dot grid, a blank page, then a dotted circle page up here, then a page with lines with a checkbox on the side. So those 4 repeat. So on the blank page, I added lines because I don't find blank pages very useful. So I've added lines to mine, and I'm calling this my video series. So if I have idea for a video series, I will write that here. Any books that I plan on doing flip throughs, I'll put that here. And then I'll put the published date, so the date that the video goes live. And then for general video ideas, like this one, how I'm using my 2023 Creative Companion, that's a video idea here, and then the date published. So this area goes on for quite some time, and I can either fill them all up with video ideas or substitute another tab should I need it. Each section is split up by a black kind of a page break. This next area is for swatch charts. I will not be using this area. I already know that this paper is horribly thin. I have a nice swatch book already by Coloring Bliss, so I will be using those swatch books. So this is just going to stay blank. And that's the end of the book. That's how I've set up my book right now. I'd love to know how you're setting up your book, and if you did purchase this, if you're planning on using it strictly for your creative and art type endeavors, or you're using it as your sole daytimer. And that's it for today's video. Want to say Happy New Year. I hope you have a wonderful 2023. There's lots in store on the channel to come, so I'm excited for 2023, and I look forward to sharing many creative items with you in the future. So until next time, have a creative week, and I'll see you next time. See you later.